things where you never do for me. When you tell him to
Welcome to Kicking It with Reecy. I am your girl Reecy, and today we have my vibers. We got Nadine to the left. What's poppin', girl?
Nothing much. I'm here kicking it with you.
And girl, you're looking good. Who are the hosts? Me or you?
Thank you.
And of course, I have my BFF, Mr. Chef J. What's poppin', baby?
Everything's good. It's a beautiful Sunday. Really enjoying your company.
Of course. Why are you looking at me like that? You're making me hot.
Good thing the air is on.
Yes, people, you know Jay always trying to be sexy over here, but yes, so welcome to our show today. And today's topic is, you ready for this, guys?
Let's go.
Abstinence while dating.
Interesting.
Breathe. But this is a topic
Interesting.
that I thought was very interesting, and I wanted to know what you guys felt about dating, being abstinent while dating. So, I am curious from a man's point of view. You know, I'm going to start with you, Jay. I'm sorry. But you're in the dating world right now. You did say you date. You date.
Do date. Yes.
You do date.
Yes.
Okay. So, if you met someone, let's say you met me, and we're dating, and I'm telling you, like, oh, we're not gonna, have relations while we're dating. How do you feel about that?
It depends. It depends on what is.
Let the people hear. We don't want to sex it out. We want them hear.
I say it all depends. It depends on you. What you have to offer in the absence of that. Because the conversation can be based on if it's a relationship building where you can see growth or progress, or if it's somebody who's focused on their self, or business wise, there's something you have to put in place, to just substitute what is lacking. So that's it. You just can't just leave a blank space and expect a person to just adapt to it. That's not what you do.
No, I'm talking about you in particular.
That's what
you in particular. So you're saying, could you date somebody that is abstaining from sex?
Sure.
Okay, so if you're attracted to the person, which I know you're attracted to me, right? So, and you see all this fabulousness that we have, that chemistry, and we're kicking it, and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna say I don't want you, but I have to control myself. How can you control? How do you feel about that? Would you go elsewhere to relieve that stress, or would you just I'm gonna work with Reecy because I think she's worth it, all that. Why you look at me like that?
First of all, I take the kettle. If it doesn't work, I just work with Reese's.
I'm telling you, I'm an answer for everything.
But I definitely take the kettle. But I wouldn't push it. Because most times when you force somebody is when they kind of resist. It's just like a muscle. But sometimes you get it's like fishing. You give them line, you wheel them in. You give them line, you wheel them in. At some point, they don't come in.
So have you ever dated someone that was abstinent?
No, I haven't. But I think I definitely believe on what I understand about it. I think I could definitely, if you believe in the person and what the person stands for, I think you can definitely work with it. But if you can't, you just have to understand that it was meant for it.
And how long would you say that you could work with dealing with somebody that's abstinent? 6 months, a year?
I look at it.
Depends on the situation.
It depends on the situation. Personally, a person can withstand anytime they want to. Because as a man, as much as we say we love sex and we believe man is the forefront when it comes to sex, but sometimes we can definitely hold it out if you want to. If you have certain things, you're working on certain things, working on yourself, your purpose. Most times, the sex doesn't really, unless it's all in your face, it doesn't really bother you too much because when you have something like that, captivate your mind, which you're working towards. You understand? So
Okay.
sometimes if you have somebody who's working on themselves, working towards a cause, working towards a goal, and doing the same things, that definitely would work. You know what I mean? But if you just if you're a person who's just looking for the next hit, that can't work for you.
Okay.
Because now, she ain't giving up. You only looking next door at a neighbor, so that's pretty much it.
Okay.
But
I'm just hoping that you don't have to go to the neighbors, that you just work with me and know that there's, light at the end of the tunnel, that it's worth. So I'm just going to pray that.
They say there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a girl with a flashlight, right?
Yeah.
That's me.
So I'm praying, Lord, please, just wait.
I'm patiently waiting. You see where I'm sitting right next to you?
Of course, baby.
Patiently waiting.
Lord, listen, I look forward to these days because I get my J fix. And honey, what I tell you. Anyway, thank you, honey. I just want to get back to you.
Of course.
So, Nadine, from a woman's point of aspect, would you, I should even ask you that question. I should even ask you that question, but I will ask you that question. Abstaining. No, so from a woman's point of view, if you meet a man, right? Because it's common for us women to say, oh, we're not going to have sex. But if you hear a man say, oh, I'm not going to have sex while we're dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on that? And I'm going to put my take in, but I'm going to you guys.
Well, the first thought that would come to my mind is, I hope it works. I hope whatever you have works on it. Because, however, I'm of the same mindset. Like, I'm abstaining.
I know you love this topic.
Yes, child. I'm abstaining. I see the need for it. It's necessary, especially nowadays where everybody wants things microwave. So I'm abstaining. I'm a Christian, so I have to.
Say it loud and say it proud.
I'm a Christian, so I have to. If I'm going to believe in the Bible, I'm going to believe in everything. So right now I have to. But even before I think it makes sense to wait a few months. There have been instances where I didn't wait and it never end well. So, and I mean, the examples are all around. Most of the time, you see people having issues in their relationship is because they didn't take the time to get to know each other, and sex muddles things, especially if it's good.
But sex is a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But what,
if it's good, it's gonna muddle everything.
But why it shouldn't though?
Muddle like what?
Because man shall not live by sex alone. There are other more important things.
There is.
Like, for example, I like a man who is smart. Like, I must be able to hold a conversation with him, especially if I'm planning to spend the rest of my life with him. He must be of good character. Yeah, you understand? Like, there are so many more important things that
sex
I
just
need
tops
to
it off.
see. But if your sex really good, like, you're going to ignore all the red flags because that's all you're thinking about.
That good old.
I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, right?
You have a great point about that. There's a lot of things that you ignore because of that. But also at the same time, if also when it goes back to the times, it can be where you wait 6 to 9 months, and at the same time, the person it doesn't up to par, and that person still look at it like this 6 months is a waste of time.
It's not.
But I would rather waste that time than jump around from man to man.
I do agree.
You see what I'm saying?
But, I really still think most times when you look at certain things, there's a right and a left towards it.
I think when you're dating, as a matter of fact, if I meet a guy and he likes me, like the chemistry is off the chain, we need to have that conversation, and first and foremost. Because if that's not your mindset, I need to know that, right? Fair enough? So if that's my mindset, is that me not date for fun, because me not have time for waste, me not date for fun, You see, so if I'm dating you, it's because I see something in you and I'm like, that might be a potential husband. It might not happen. I know that I'm not naive. I know it might not happen. But I need you to know that that's where my mind is. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for a fling. If I want good sex, I can have it with myself.
Really? Oh, yeah. I never know that. That's a whole other. I did the Christian talk.
That's a whole other story. But anyway, you know what I'm talking
People,
about.
you heard it first from the Christian mode, okay?
So,
From the right.
why waste your time with somebody where, let's face it, how many hours of the day you're going to have sex?
A lot.
Like, realistically.
No, you have people that have sex a lot.
I know, but that cannot sustain a relationship in the long run.
In their mind, it can. It does.
No,
unfortunately.
I never see it happen.
Oh.
Because mentally they're like at war with each other, dysfunctional relationship. All of that drama, I don't have time for that.
You call sex drama?
No, the drama that they have when
okay.
they're not having sex. Like, that's the only pleasurable time, so to speak. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna spend some time with this person and a lot of your time, my time is valuable. So if I can have fun with you in other ways than sex, it doesn't make sense to me. Even from a practical point of view, it don't make no sense to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to spend most of my time with somebody who doesn't satisfy me otherwise. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Reecy, I want to hear you.
Why y'all looking at me like?
I'm interested right now.
Well, my take.
Yeah.
I am not abstinent. Is that the word?
Yeah.
I does not giving it up. I don't want to give it up.
Well, technically that is.
Well, according to Jay said that's selfish.
That's selfish and it's mean.
It's not. But my thing is, listen, I'm just going to keep it real because everybody know me. I keep it real. And listen, I've had enough sex during my day that I have sex on credit right now. So I don't need to be running down any sex right now. I'm in tune with myself.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a new approach to this dating thing because before I was one of those that, I'm not proud, but you sleep with a person before you really got to know him. I slept with a person before I got to know the real person. But you know, as you get older, it's growth, right? So for me now, if I'm looking for someone, I want to know about them. I want to know everything about them. I want to know what make them tick, what don't, what why you laugh? I want to know every inch of the person. But there's a downside to it. There is a downside to it. No, there is a downside. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, Jay is all that and a bag of chips and he does this and that. And then when we get to the point where we're supposed to like, okay, we're going to do it. This is where the conflict comes from me now. Right? Because if Jay can't do it, I'm not going to say necessarily that I'm going to not date him or be with him. But something got to give.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue because I'm not going to be satisfied. Maybe Jay not going to be satisfied because he wants somebody for the head top and all of that. We can't do that. Maybe that's
but all of those things are things that if you guys develop a relationship where you love and trust each other, you can practice that. That's stuff where you can. I think so.
You mean to get
like sexual stuff? Like you can. That's something where you can come together and
work on
and really come together.
It's true. It's like it's true. I like that.
Like you can. That's something you can work on.
You have a notebook. You better start taking notes now.
Right now,
for real.
That's something where you can work.
Because in a way it's true. Because look at this. You don't know how to ride a bicycle, right?
Yeah.
You have to practice, right? You have to practice and learn and master your craft. Because not everybody come as no master of this. So maybe that's something that we could work on. Like, you know, Jay like this, so maybe
I'm
we can
compromise.
We're going to compromise and we're going to work for the time to get better and all of that. So that's
where the love and trust and communication
mutual agreement, and also it's all about being like, you know, open-minded to have a conversation. I mean, if you know, if that's the case, I mean, of course, you know, we all, you know, people always can talk about stuff that way, but you know, some people always look at things like, you know, the way it's happening, and if one person will listen most of the time. So the conversation, we might have sitting here having an openly conversation, but you know, I mean, within a lot of people's lifestyle, one person is completely closed to everything. Like, you know, they believe that if this is it and there's no other way.
But will you not? But if you take the time to get to know the person, you will figure that out. That's one of the things you're going to figure out real quick.
But sometimes most people, when they figure it out, it's like when they kind of like in too deep or whatever the case may be. Yeah, and sometimes there maybe 2-3 kids down the road and you're like, damn. Like,
wait, 2-3 kids and you're still not?
No, because what I'm saying, like, no, like, there's a lot of people who know how to hide themselves. You know,
well, that's
and
true.
On the surface, you know, you'd be surprised. You're like, okay, down the road, you're like, you know, who is this person? Because, you know, I mean, you know this person for years, and this is not the person that, you know, you try to figure. And then if you really look at it and watch your pattern, you realize that this is always the person.
Red flag.
They just know how to hide their ways for the longest while. But you know, after a while, you know, you only can do it for so long.
Well, baby love, I'm telling you this now. I'm going to lay it out and tell you what I can do for what I can't do. So you know. So if there's something missing from the list, we can start work for them now. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I think what you need to do is to lay it on the line. Something like this.
I mean, people don't understand.
Yeah.
People don't understand how crazy honesty is. Like, you know,
I believe in that.
It's super simple. It's super easy. It's hard, but it's super easy at the same time, because, you know, I mean, like, you know, for the longest while, me personally used to be like, you know, I mean, I just say stuff because I don't want to, like, you know, ruin relationship and stuff like that. And after a while, I realized that doesn't even work, because I mean, when you're trying to be better and you're trying to uplift yourself and grow, you realize that, you know, I mean, sometimes you just gotta let people know the truth. And then, you know, some people respect you so much when you let them know, like, yo, you know, I did this, or, you know, I'm into this. They look like, but first they have they haul, and then afterwards they're like, you know, okay, I can work with this. You know, you give that person the time and the benefit of the doubt to, you know, do what, you know, if they want to work with it, they work with it. If not, but it's time, you know, I mean, just honestly, I believe that, you know, if you're honest with the person about stuff, you make everything just right.
And that's why it takes time, because you're not going to just, like, the first date, you're like,
well, you know, a lot of
no. Listen, me, I would love to tie you up. I would love to put the blindfold and Jay. No, you gotta let Jay. I'm letting you know straight up, Jay. I love them blindfolds. I'm kinky.
Yeah, that's
I want that.
First
I want that thing on the, you know. So hello, I want you to know straight up.
No, that's not.
Then you can let me know.
Conversation.
You know,
did I just show my freakiness out there? No, I'm just talking.
Might be too soon, right?
You know, on Sunrise Boulevard, there's a place called Hollywood over there, right? They got everything over there.
So you want to meet me over there?
Oh, Jesus.
You want to be, listen, I mean, I have my own Hollywood. I have my own Hollywood in my house, so we don't need that. Anyway, this is...
I did not know there's an LA in Florida, but...
Yes, but I think it's important for you to be straight up and let them know this is how I am sexually, so the person is aware, knowing what they're dealing with, so when that time comes, they're not surprised.
That's true.
So when we blindfold you and everything, I'm like, but damn, Reecy never did. I didn't want you.
Well, you know, some people can't, like, again, a lot of people say they want the truth, but a lot of people can't handle the truth.
True.
So maybe that's not the right person for you.
That's why you need to nip it from the...
The right time.
Yes.
It's important.
Well, the timing is important, but at the same time, it's only right that, you know, you say, sometimes you say from the get-go, like, yo, this is what, you know, this is the first thing, you know what I mean? I'm not going scared, but this is who I am.
Yes.
There's something.
I just nip it, and if it's not for you, you don't waste the time.
Facts.
Right there. But all I'm asking you please, that if I don't please you at that time, give me a little time, because you know I'm in a probation period.
Patience.
So be patient.
90 days.
90 days. Give me 90 days and let me see if I can work myself up and everything, and then see what I'm saying? And after 90 days, then we do the review, and then you can let me know if I'm hired.
I think that's fair. I mean, just looking at how the job system works. 90 days. I mean,
hey, that's all.
But after 90 days, and you see they get hired, get fired.
Exactly. At least I know I have a little extra time to work.
You gonna have after 90 days, you gonna have a hard, problems.
Then I do the final exam, and then you let me know if I pass with flying. Final review.
And then there are therapists,
Nah.
No, Jay said, we're not on therapy.
Like, seriously, I'm open.
To get to the...
If I'm in a...
Jay said, hell. Don't say nothing, hell no.
Somebody seriously.
Nadine, take it.
No, if we're in a relationship and later down the road, there's, because sometimes I think that not say that third person, but, the other person to listen. Because there's got to be somebody to listen, because most of the time when you listen to those relationships down the road is that everybody talking and nobody listening. So when you have that third person who will listen and can relate, so like, okay, Ben, she's saying this and you saying this. You know what I mean? All it is this. And then
they're
that
trained.
third person. Well, for a relationship, just no.
I don't think we need therapy when we're going into the relationship. That's too early.
I'm not saying
because that alone is going to tell you.
I'm just saying again, that's another way of looking at it that you can fix. That is something you can fix easily.
Oh, okay.
I think the hard
fix it before we go in that relationship.
The harder part of the relationship is the stuff will happen outside of sex.
No matter what anybody says, sex always
the communication down part. Because even if look at it this way, you see, if you are comfortable with your partner and you communicate to each other effectively, even if it's sex bad, then we can talk about how to fix it.
No.
Like one person won't feel like, I can't tell her this, so this now work or that now work because I don't know how she's gonna feel about that or whatever. You guys will be so comfortable with each other.
First of all, what is considered good sex? Like what is it?
Because
what is good sex?
That's personal. It's so me have to teach you how to please me.
No. That's not go wrong.
I think I have to tell you what I like. Yeah. Or you might can't figure it out, but
me don't want to figure out.
If me help direct you.
Let me see.
If I help to direct you, if I direct you, we'll reach there quicker.
But most people don't know that it started as a mind thing, though. Right? It's actually 90% mind.
I think so too. I think so too.
It's because when I hear like a woman would say like a man can't make you whatever, I look at you and tell you that I can tell you that the man is not the problem. You are the problem. Because what you don't remember, if the person is inside the room and you're outside the room, there's the connect right there. Most of the time that's what it is. Because if a man is in the room and he can do whatever and then he can ejaculate and you can ejaculate, I mean, you have a problem. Your mind is, your body is here, but your mind is not here. Your mind have to be like in tune.
And that's because you're not connecting with the person.
The person not connect.
Well, you're not connect because you not take the time to connect.
You got to go somewhere else.
You not take the time to connect.
Yeah, but most of the time, that's the thing. But no, most of the times it's like people, they're doing it, but their mind is not there. And if your mind is not there,
well, you need to put the person in that mind.
And again, that's
you need to put that person
in the mindset. But then again, that's what that comes from us trivializing sex, and that's why again you need to abstain, because that built up will be fire.
Oh!
Think about it. Think about it.
I got pent up
build up so bad.
Lord of mercy, we need a fan.
Like, look, everything you said, Jay, it's pointing towards the fact that
everything comes down to sex.
I don't still have to win.
Yeah, but everything that's gone down to sex.
on so many
That's
different
why
levels.
they have liquor.
Oh, Jesus.
So if you just want to just have some liquor, think of somebody and you'll be alright.
You see, even that, me not understand. Even that, I don't get it because you're not even gonna remember the experience. So why even bother?
Sometimes you don't need to damn remember the damn
So why you
experience.
gonna do it then if you don't need to remember?
What it is it all come back to what that person is looking for.
Exactly.
If two people are looking to build a relationship for the future, or possibly get married online, they can do those things. Somebody's not looking for that.
Yeah.
They enjoy life. Now they got time for that. That's where the point I think she's coming from.
Yeah.
It's like all that. I'm not looking to get married. I'm looking to be.
But do you?
I'm looking to get what?
But do you enjoy?
Yes.
Looking to
I just want to enjoy.
So for that,
Yes.
so that's what it has to like. If a woman says she's waiting, the man has to be looking for that.
Yes.
Looking for that long thing. But if he's not, it's like, why? He might do that for a while, but
Get played on after.
Are you
Yeah.
this for 90 days or you saying until we get married? Then I'm like, nah.
Wait until we get married, Jay.
That's right, John.
No, Reecy. No to marriage. Until we get married, and then when we get married, they say, oh, what is?
Pussy in a bag. Literally.
Well, listen, I'm glad to use that expression because that was gonna come on my mouth. I was waiting for the nurse to come down to let you know that. You know what I mean? I always say, you can't buy pussy in a bag. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
The Lord says we're not supposed to have sex before marriage.
And I see so many reasons why that might be a good idea.
The Bible said that, not the Lord said that. You understand? You know what I mean? And the last time I checked, you know what I mean, God made man in His image. So you know what I mean? All those tension that we have, God have it too.
What
So
thing?
He understands. You know what I mean? He completely understands.
Oh my God.
Like, you know, but oh boy, you did that last time? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Those
They
days,
say him now wait to no marriage.
No, I want to wait till marriage. You know what I mean? I would definitely want to have an experience to know what
What you going into?
before, because I mean, like I said, that's first of all, and then again, that marriage is a huge thing. It's not even like you step down into a relationship bound. So marriage is like the next level. So if you're gonna, tie up with somebody, you have to know what you're gonna tie yourself up with. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're gonna take out a loan and you don't even know the interest rate and all that stuff.
Jay, let's say you're good. Jay,
For real? You'll sign on the dotted line for a loan that you even know the interest rate and all that stuff.
never sat for
You know what I'm saying? No, we ain't going to do that. We want to know, you know what I mean, everything about the loan, the interest rate before we go to that.
And with that being said, I make sure that we have our list before we prolong our dating. Okay.
Look it over, use it just like, you go through, property management, you go through the whole list and all that stuff.
Honey, up to
Check
list
out all that stuff.
check. Okay.
Let's
All right.
So I may have an uphill battle.
And as always, we always get into these conversations, and good conversation. Yep. So for you people out there, abstain while you're dating, so you can know the person that you're dealing with. Do you agree?
That's a good thing. To each your own. But I think if it works for you, you should definitely try. But if it don't, I completely understand.
And thank you as always for joining us on the Kickin' It with Reecy show, and see you next time.
Adam brace you up against the wall, but why now you sleep him name your call? Girl, don't tell me say you're sorry, me no need it. You never sorry when you did hurt me feeling. You get me out and break it off in many pieces. You left me scarred with no regard and hurt me deeply. Tell me if you're real.